It was February 2025 when there was this one party being formed known as NCP, an organization founded by Hassan Abdullah. He came into the constitution, he came up with this whole idea that we are going to outcast Awami League, which is the party of former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, and every bit of the member away from Bangladesh. The whole party has this whole motto which is running against Bangladesh. Now you must be thinking that that Sheikh Hasina is in India right now, and Bangladesh has a lot of things to look up to. Why are they still focusing on Sheikh Hasina? Do you understand an entire party being formed for for a leader who is actually not in the country? Exactly my point. How does all of it take place in Bangladesh? Let's just get into it. What really happened? I will take you back a year ago when Bangladesh was suffering with all the protest and everything which happened between the students. Started from the student reservation and everything, and later it became Hindu Muslim kind of an anti-league, and each and every Bangladeshi Muslims were dragged out of the country. Not just that, Sheikh Hasina was dragged out of the country. Her whole mansion was devastated like anything. Government properties out there were destroyed like anything. Such protest was seen in Bangladesh after decades and decades long. I mean, none of the protests was so intensified how that protest was. And in that entire process, there comes this one asset who is the Nobel Prize winner in Bangladesh, named as Muhammad Yunus. Out of nowhere, he became the head of the interim government. This interim government was formed so that he can regulate everything which is happening in Bangladesh and get them out of the situation, make the country stable enough, and then they can go for election. And finally, Bangladeshis would have the power to choose somebody who will be right for them. That is what they almost thought. But it is more than a year and there is no election in Bangladesh. Bangladesh is running within the control of Muhammad Yunus, who is also known to be an asset from US because he has good relation with US, and suddenly out of nowhere he became the head of the interim government. I mean, all of this cannot be a coincidence. You see, in geopolitics, nothing comes as a coincidence. Everything is well planned, and such state of act is known as deep state. Yes, exactly. Now, running over the election, many of the Bangladeshi leaders out there, political parties out there were protesting enough. Why is the election not happening? Muhammad Yunus kept denying the fact, kept delaying the election like anything. On the first hand, he said that there are some issues. Electoral board is not formed. Electoral Commission of India is not ready for the election. The country is not having budget and all of it. And he came up with so many excuses. In the meanwhile, in Bangladesh, there was this agitation which was piling up. And one day it just blasted in 2025. People were protesting. People again came to the street, but this time not for Sheikh Hasina, but for Muhammad Yunus. Everybody was fighting, protesting. And then Muhammad Yunus thought, what could be a better plan than to plan something where he would be able to drag all the energy of Bangladeshi to their favorite counterpart, which is Indians and Hindus. That is what they have been trying to do it in the last protest, and then they have been doing till now also. Then there comes the NCP, who is governed by Hassan Abdullah. This man has been having a very good connection with Yunus. In fact, the party has been funded by Yunus, and also they have been, previously, historically, been a good ties. This party was, as I told you earlier, this party was formed so that they can remove Sheikh Hasina. Out of nowhere, after a year where people should have talked about how Bangladesh can go towards the election, what are the damages being done, the economy is crashing, all of it, leaving all of it, this party suddenly comes and claims something which is completely illogical and has no claim at all. There's like no proof of it. So this party comes up one day and they comes up with a thing that a student organization which is very popular in Bangladesh, and their leader who was shot right before he was coming from a mosque, and then they came up with this thing that Indian diaspora and somebody from Indian embassy has done it, and they came up with this theory and they made everybody in Bangladesh believe in such a manner that the people started protesting nearby the Indian embassy. And the right became so highlighted that people actually started getting into Dhaka, and out there they were killing and they were actually attacking so many Indian diasporas and Indian delegates. And then later on, they came up this whole thing that this time we are stopping, but the other time we are going to kill everybody from the Indian soil route who are coming in Bangladesh. And not just that, they have even warned Indian government that please take away your Indian ambassadors from here because we are going to kill them all. Such kind of act has been done. It was a master plan by Yunus which he has implanted so that people can actually not really get on the part of the election corruption and development which is being delayed, denied from the Bangladeshis and getting on this part. Not just that, there was this another master plan which Yunus used in this entire matter right now, where is that he is seeing that everybody out there in Southeast Asia are trying their level best to get on something, but leaving Bangladesh. Bangladesh is this one country which is getting regged like anything, and Bangladeshis have been used in a manner that China, US, and everybody is keep pressuring them or looting them at the same point of time. Then again, it would be a very much disastrous position for Muhammad Yunus and about his failed governance in Bangladesh. Now, then he came up with this whole idea. So in India right now, there's this whole thing happening where SIER kind of a thing has been done by the Election Commission of India, wherein most of the Bangladeshi Muslims are being dragged away from India like anything. Not just that, there have been like what around 65 lakh from Bihar. Then right now the data came from Bengal, which is around 58 lakh. So in that 58 lakh people, approximately 20% are Bangladeshi Muslims. And right now on India and Bangladesh border, there are so many Bangladeshi Muslims, which Bangladesh is not willing to take. And this has been creating a much more animosity, or should I say agitation, among the Bangladeshis out there. That why are we not taking our own people? And to get away with this whole thing also, then again, Muhammad Yunus came up with this whole plan. Muhammad Yunus implanted everything in a very nicer manner, but alas, anything did not work. Right now, the tension between India and Bangladesh have been into a par, and Indian external ministers and departments have been calling out Bangladesh, and they have also strictly stopped the visa system and have stopped taking the visa application from Bangladesh. Everything has been done, but the situation is tensed out there. And among all, people are dragging out Sheikh Hasina out of it and coming up with this animosity situation with India. So it won't be a war for India, but it's also about the tension which has been created for Indian ambassadors in India right now. They have to leave the place or else they would be killed. So this is a major tension going on between both the countries. The situation has been heated up, and for sure US is going to take advantage of it. Pakistan is going to take advantage of it. So India has to be very much careful in this whole matter because we have Sheikh Hasina with us as well. So let's just see what happens and how India reacts on the counterpart. That's all for today. If you like this video, do not forget to like, share, subscribe and comment Global Shark. Thank you so much for watching us.